They strike when the world sleeps. No warning, no mercy, just the cold silence of the night. And then, out of nowhere, a flash of green through the night vision. Navy SEALs are elite for a reason. They don't just operate in darkness, they weaponize it. Every footstep is silent, every breath controlled. They move like shadows, with purpose and precision. Under cover of black, they move as one. Ghosts, unseen, untouchable. Invisible to the enemy, unstoppable to their target. This is their element, their arena. Years of brutal training teach them to embrace darkness as an ally that hides them, that empowers them. For most forces, the unknown is a source of fear and hesitation. But for SEALs, it's the stage where they thrive. The night doesn't blind them, it gives them vision. They don't just navigate through it, they command it. For the enemy, it's the last thing they'll never see. The final, fatal mistake. Because when SEALs come in the dark, there is no escape. There are no warning shots, no last-second plans. This is their battlefield, and you'll never see them coming. When the night is at its darkest, they're the unstoppable force. And in the darkness, they'll always find their mark. Every night raid begins long before the drop. SEALs plan for perfection, or they don't go at all. It's not just about timing, it's about precision, every single detail accounted for. Intel flows in from satellites, spies, drones, and intercepted chatter. Every bit of information is a potential lifeline. Analysts map out every inch of the compound. Entry points, guard posts, walls, escape routes. Nothing is left to chance. Then, the real work begins. SEALs rehearse it again and again in life-size mock-ups. Red lights flicker. Weighted gear presses down on them. Silent entries. The sound of boots on concrete, the absence of noise, every movement. Choreographed to the second. It's not just practice, it's muscle memory under pressure. They train for chaos, for every unexpected twist, so they can bring order in the most violent moments. And when game night arrives, there's no hesitation, no confusion. They don't just know the mission, they are the mission. Every second is planned, every failure imagined, then countered. Because when that door blows open and the night erupts in violence, only the most prepared will survive. SEALs don't gamble with survival, they engineer it. Their success is the result of a lifetime of training, every obstacle conquered, every contingency accounted for. And when the raid begins, they don't just act, they execute it. Getting there is half the battle, and SEALs have mastered every way in. Halo jumps from 30,000 feet, parachutes deploying just above the ground, silently, without a trace. The wind howls as they descend, but you'll never hear it. They land without a whisper. Zodiac boats glide through the ocean waves like shadows, cutting through fog and moonlight, barely disturbing the surface of the water. And then there's the Black Hawk, painted matte black, running silent, skimming so low over the trees, you wouldn't even know it passed. These insertions aren't just for show, they're science. Every move is meticulously timed to match guard shifts, moon phases, even the slightest change in wind patterns. SEALs enter a target zone without setting off a single alarm. No barking dogs, no radio chatter. The enemy has no warning, just darkness, and then they're inside. They move like vapor, like mist, undetectable, a presence that's felt but never seen. To the enemy, they're a myth, a ghost story they hear too late. They won't get a chance to react. When SEALs insert, you won't hear a thing until it's over. No warning, no time to plan. By the time you even know they've come, they're already gone, leaving nothing but chaos and silence in their wake. When light disappears, most people are blind. SEALs, they see everything. Through night vision goggles, the battlefield glows green, walls, enemies, heat signatures. Nothing hides, and they move fast, shoulder to shoulder, rifles up, clearing every room like clockwork. Infrared lasers draw lines on targets. No words, just silent commands and perfect execution. NVGs aren't just tools, they're extensions of their minds. They practice for years under simulated darkness, so when the real mission comes, it's second nature. They see better in darkness than most do in daylight. And if things go wrong, they don't flinch. They switch to thermal, reset, adapt, and keep moving. The enemy's biggest weakness? They're blind. The SEALs' greatest strength? They own the dark. When light disappears, most people are blind. But SEALs? They see everything. Through night vision goggles, the battlefield isn't just dark. It glows green. The walls, the enemies, the heat signatures, they're all visible. Nothing hides from them. They move quickly, shoulder to shoulder, rifles up, clearing every room with flawless precision, like clockwork. Infrared lasers sweep across the targets, painting a line directly to them. No, words are needed, just silent commands and perfect execution. Night vision goggles aren't simply tools. They're extensions of the SEALs' movements. They practice for years, training under complete darkness, so that when the real mission comes, it's second nature. They're so in tune with their NVGs that they can see better in darkness than most do in daylight. And when things go wrong, and they do, SEALs don't flinch. They switch to thermal imaging, recalibrate, reset, and adapt in an instant, seamlessly moving forward. The enemy's biggest weakness? They're blind in the dark. But the SEALs? They own the dark. The night doesn't hide them. It's their domain. And when it's time for action, the darkness is their greatest ally. The exit is often the most dangerous part. Once the compound is cleared, alarms start blaring, reinforcements scramble, and all hell breaks loose. SEALs know this, and they prepare for it. Every exfil has a plan B and a plan C. There's no room for error. If the chopper is down, they don't hesitate. They sprint to an alternate extraction point. If someone's hit, the medic moves in, administering care mid-fire. It's a well-rehearsed dance, popping smoke, dropping flares, laying down suppressing fire, and then they move. Fast, efficient, no wasted motion. No man is left behind, ever. SEALs will fight through fire, crawl through mud, and shield the wounded with their own bodies if that's what it takes. The darkness may have brought them in, but now the night is erupting with chaos, gunfire, explosions, enemy movement. It doesn't matter. The mission is the priority, and they've come in together. They'll leave together. Mission complete, package secure. And before the enemy even realizes what's happening, the sky swallows them whole. They're gone, vanishing into the night, leaving nothing behind but the memory of their silent struggle. Nothing but the aftermath, and the enemy left with nothing but questions. In January 2012, an American woman named Jessica Buchanan was taken, hostage by armed militants in Somalia. The world watched in silence as the clock ticked down on her life. But the world didn't know SEAL Team 6 was already preparing. In the dead of night, they dropped from the sky, parachuting in undetected, crossing hostile terrain that no one would dare to navigate. Every step, every move calculated. They executed a flawless takedown. 9 captors dead, no SEAL casualties. Jessica Buchanan walked free, her nightmare ending in the blink of an eye. It wasn't a movie. It wasn't a myth. It was the reality of what SEALs do. Every time, anywhere. Behind the scenes, far from the spotlight, in the world's darkest corners, they operate with a singular purpose: precision. No glory. No fanfare. Just warriors on a mission, driven by something deeper than fame. They live for the missions you'll never hear about. They execute with unwavering resolve, because when the stakes are life and death, there's no room for failure. And now, you've seen how they do it, how they move like ghosts, how they strike with no hesitation. If this blew your mind, hit that like button, subscribe to Timeless Legend, and share this with someone who loves elite military action. Because this is just one story in a sea of shadows.